today. But before we get started, there will be a few things that we want to go over. But Char, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself right now while I'm trying to load our files up.
Sure. Thank you, Jane. My name is Shar Yonai again, and I have been a LifeWave independent distributor for 4 years. I also own my own construction company for over 35 years. And as you know, the nature of the construction industry is very competitive and it's stressful. And I was thinking all the stress that I endured on a daily basis, it led to many severe health challenges. For example, liver infection, kidney infection, that's just to name a few. But could you imagine sitting in your doctor's office and listening to him tell you that he is referring me for dialysis treatment because of the kidney problems? You know, I sat there and I listened in devastation. You know, I'm a firm believer that when one door in life closes, another one opens. Well, that same evening, I was introduced to LifeWave, and that changed my life. Within a short period of time of using the LifeWave technology, my doctor saw an unbelievable improvement. And he asked me and said, this is not possible. In such a short period of time, a 15% increase in kidney function? You know, Jean, from that day on, my passion for this dynamic technology made me want to just go out and share it with the world. I have made it my mission to help educate people with this new way of thinking to help better their health and wellness.
Yes, Shar, thank you so much. And your amazing testimonial have helped so many people who had given up hopes on their health challenge. And it's been amazing to have you. Well, again, my name is Jane Schaefer. I too own, just like Shar, run a small business for over 15 years. But before that, like most of you, I worked for a corporation. You know, I loved my job then. But all the time I was afraid that I could be the next person to lose that job. And being a single mom of 2 amazing boys and the sole provider, the only provider, my perspective in life has changed when that happened. You know, my health became my priority. My financial stability became even more important. So my 3 years journey with LifeWave become clearer each day. You know, however, here's something that I like to share with you also. I was introduced to LifeWave a few years back, and I was probably like one of you, skeptical, not open-minded, and I walked away. I walked away from it then. I wish I hadn't. You know, health is really important to me. I personally experienced hardship when my husband got sick, and that is something that I don't wish upon anyone, and I don't take it for granted anymore. So today, I hope that you you will learn something from our presentation, and that you will you will make the decision of getting started with us today. So let me share with you our screen here. So, well, like I said, you know, I assume that you have a reason why you're attending this webinar. You know, either it's for health or business reason. And, you know, I am certain that you will also get an answer here, but here's my why. These are my 2 boys, Tyler, Matthew, and my mom. Tyler just turned 20, and Tyler's 20, Matthew just turned 17. And my mom here, as you can see on the 2019, she looks so fresh and beautiful, isn't she? She's 83. She turned 83 then. And but before that, she's in 2017, or a couple of years before that, she was diagnosed with Parkinson, rheumatoid arthritis, and then came dementia. You know, in 2017, we almost lost her due to pneumonia. She fought and everything was fine. Spent a couple months in the facility, and she finally came home. And just a couple weeks after she came home, she stood up, and then her leg crossed, fell over, and broke her shoulder and her legs. That sent her back to the hospital for surgery. You know, when she came home this time, she was in a lot of pain. And being a daughter, imagine you sitting there watching your mom in pain. And, you know, on top of that, she's really sensitive to any type of drugs. So she couldn't take anything. And it was hard. It was really, really hard to watch her in pain like that. And luckily, at that time, we just started to patch Tyler for his back pain. So I decided to call up my girlfriend, Julian, and said, hey, you know what? Come over and help me patch mom, please. You know, she's in a lot of pain. So she came over and we start patching my mom. We sat there, talk, and then we watch. I'm sitting there paying attention to my mom to see how she's looked like. And in 15 minutes, I started to see her face starting to relax, you know, and that was amazing. I mean, the feeling then was just unbelievable. And then about 30 minutes, she asked to go to the restroom. So I went to help her, and I went to assist her up, and she didn't scream. You know, imagine that feeling that you can see that your mom is not in pain. The best feeling that you can have as a daughter. And I'm sure you can agree that is, you know, you would do anything to have your mom feel better. And that's exactly what I did. I told myself, Jane, you're never ever gonna stop patching mom again. And I didn't. You know, but there's something else that I like to share. As I said earlier, that she had Parkinson. So there's a few health challenges or symptoms that came along with that. Well, I started noticing that her tremor was subsides. That was great. You know, then also on top of that, her cognitive improved. And then I didn't realize any of that until we attended the convention earlier this year, when David shared with us that X29 patches help with brain function, improve brain function. And I said, oh my God, this is so amazing. You know, to have mom back and able to remember her grandkids' name again and talk and have a conversation, amazing feeling. You know, as a daughter, I'm sure you can feel me. Is it's amazing feeling to be at that point. So, Shar, what else do we have to share with the rest of the folk today?
Well, Jane, I'd just like to comment on your testimony. That is truly remarkable.
Thank you.
Oh, yes, Jane, the future is now. You know, I was really excited when you approached me and asked me to co-host this presentation with you. You know, I always love to share the dynamic impact LifeWave has had on my life, both personally and professionally. The
What else do we have
technology is
to
so
share
extraordinary. Believe it or not, it's years ahead of time. And it does involve nanocrystals and phototherapy, which is known as light therapy. The future of medicine is here now. As with this breakthrough in advanced health technology, we are able to amplify our own body to heal itself from the inside out. And you know, Jane, sharing this technology with friends, family, even someone so dear to your heart, believe it or not, it can provide them with a quality of life without any need for chemicals or drugs.
Yes, Shar. sharing this technology is amazing. And thank you for that brief introduction. So let's share with our audience who's the genius behind this advanced health technology.
I would be delighted to introduce everyone to the genius who is responsible for inventing this regenerative advanced health technology. His name is David Schmidt. He is the CEO, founder, and inventor of LifeWave. He is an amazing inventor. You know, my mentor once said, he is the modern day Einstein. He only invents survival equipment with the focus of helping the world and mankind. You know, this technology was actually developed in the year 2000 for the Department of Defense and the US Navy SEALs. David's mission was to design a system with a natural source of energy for our military without using any drugs or stimulants. You know, realistically speaking, Jane, do you even think this is possible?
Not at all.
Well, you know, Jane, it became a reality. LifeWave was established in 2004. Currently, we have over 80 research and clinical studies. LifeWave has been operating in over 100 countries with fulfillment centers globally. We are a California-based company, and our corporate offices are located in San Diego. Our products are invented, manufactured, and made in the USA. You know, David has been researching regenerative medicine for over 20 years, and the regenerative medicine is amplifying the ability of the stem cells to work more efficiently. Well, David has developed this in an innovative wearable technology in the form of a patch, and it can do just that. And the most important thing, it's completely non-invasive, no drugs or chemicals, and nothing enters the body. It is really safe to use.
Yes, Shar, David is a true genius and truly remarkable human being. I wouldn't be surprised if he would be nominated for Nobel Prize sometime in the futures. You know, he has invented product that's so unique like no other, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. That is correct. He is so amazing. And you know, we are blessed that he invented LifeWave. David is known to have an enormous team of medical scientific experts, along with independent researchers and universities that work alongside with him. And we are the only company in the world that provides a technology that can activate your own stem cells.
Yes, Shar. So now everybody probably asking, well, how does this patch technology work? Well, let me ask the audience a question. Do you know that our bodies emit heat in the form of infrared lights? Really? You know, you probably recall the spy movie that's seeing, you know, using night vision and they able to find the people in the dark. Well, that's our infrared lights there. That's why they can detect it. Our wearable technology harness one of the most ancient form of energy, which is light, right? Our patch use that lights, capture it when place it on the skin, just like that, and then send signal back to the brain, and then send that the signal and use the signal to create the flow of energy, gaining the health benefit for each LifeWave patches. It sounds scientific, but it is so simple. It just use our own body energies to heal itself. And once just like what our CEO have said, we are the only phototherapy product in the world that uses the human body as its own power source. Until today, we have 10 different patches developed. But like Shar said, we're going to be going over the next X39, especially for tonight.
Thank you, Jane. Yes, but did you know our bodies actually love light? For example, we get vitamin D and melanin when we go out into the sun.
Yes, and sure, there is no vitamin D or melanin in the sun. Same concept here. Like you mentioned, David simply used this concept, among others, to create our unique products here. But before we get started with X39, may I ask everyone a question? Who here does not or have not heard of stem cells before? It is such an hot topics for years, right? But how much do you know, or what do you know about stem cell? But let me put in this simple term then. Stem cell is the cell that our body call upon when it needs repair. But here's the fact: there's a little problem here. Stem cell, when you when you turn 35, you have lost over half of your stem cells. And imagine when you turn 65 or 60, that activity is almost gone. So what does that mean? Because stem cell is part of the body repairing system. Therefore, the less stem cell you have, the faster you age and the slower you heal. The question is, what can you do with that? I mean, what option do you have? So, Shar, what option do we have here?
You know, Jane, at this time in history, we are faced with very limited choices regarding stem cells. You can either do nothing and let nature take its course, or pay for stem cell injections that may or may not work and you will be at risk, and they're very, very expensive. Or the third option, everyone, keep an open mind as we introduce to you David's entirely new approach to activating your own stem cells. This is not a drug. It's not a nutritional supplement. There is no invasive surgery. It is a scientific breakthrough in stem cell technology that will activate your own stem cells and reset them to a younger and healthier state. So let's go along and talk about how the X39 patch activates your own stem cells. You know, the X39 patch is a light therapy product. It stimulates your skin with light. It elevates a natural compound called the occurring peptide called the GHKCU. You know, when GHKCU binds with copper, it forms a compound called the copper peptide. This is where the magic begins. The copper peptide resets thousands of genes within our own body to a younger and healthier state. I think, Jane, we have some new studies that have been found that it elevates the GHK, which promotes more healthier benefits. Well, that copper peptide activates the stem cells in our bodies, and we begin to experience remarkable youth restoring effects. As mentioned earlier, David has many medical experts that work alongside of him. I was fascinated because of my health challenges that Dr. Lauren Picard discovered that your old liver cells, when exposed to the GHKCU, started to function like younger, healthier cells. So, X39, this is a game changer. X39 is a true breakthrough technology that helps you to look and feel younger. Our inventor, David Schmidt, has hundreds of patents and inventions, but with the X39, he made a statement: my greatest achievement yet.
Yes.
So, Jane, At this time, why don't we get started sharing the many benefits of the X39 stem cell patch?
Most definitely, I would be delighted. So, how about we start with pain reduction? X39 user will experience dramatic pain reduction. In fact, within just minutes of application. Sure. I mean, seriously, do you know anybody who never experienced any pain of any type at all?
Not really, Jane. What about you?
I don't. I mean, even my children do. But I do know people that rather live through pain because they don't want to put any drugs in their system. Imagine their life without pain because you share this technology with them so they can function without pain and life without pain again. Wouldn't that be amazing? As
That
you
would.
know, sorry about that. As you know, pain and inflammation goes hand in hand. Therefore, people using X39 will experience immediate effect through elevation of antioxidant and decrease in inflammation. So here's one testimonial that we shared last week. Imagine Nikki, she was involved in a bicycle accident on over the Memorial Weekend on May
It
30th.
was about the 24th of May.
Yeah, the 24th of May. And she got banged up pretty bad. I mean, thank goodness, like most of our users, she carried patches with her. And it helped her go through the next step of getting back home. I will share with you the result, detail in a little bit later on. So how about the increase in energy? Using X39 daily lead to increase in cellular energy, unlike any caffeinated drink like coffee, anything like that. Just imagine that you go through about your day and not feeling tired. How many of you know somebody that works long shift or physical labor? Nowadays we know people that pulling a few jobs just to get by, right? Don't you think that they would love to hear this benefit from X39? Well, because X39 increases our natural energy, it enhances sports performance as well, and it provides faster recovery from exercise. I mean, truthfully, you don't have to be an athlete to enjoy this benefit at all. If you love working out like me, you will love this fast recovery. I mean, imagine you can work out as hard as you like because you won't feel any soreness after each session. And I am a testimony of that. I loved it. Well, here's my two boys, Tyler and Matthew. They both play golf competitively since they were really young. And they have been using the patches for 2 years now and have told me that since they start using the patches, they have more energy during their golf competition and the increase in stamina with X39. I mean, they wear their patches during all their tournaments. Let's talk about wound healing. Some of our most dramatic testimonial on X39 have been in the area of wound healing. And as we age, like I said before, our stem cell became less effective and it takes longer time to heal the wound. Now with X39, we are activating our own body stem cells, which provide the body with the ability to heal itself. And because of that, also your skin increase the production of collagens and therefore decrease that fine lines and wrinkles, which another benefit I love, giving you the useful benefit. I don't know about you, but I used to have shelf full of all type of facials, lotion and potion, but now I'm going on 54. I don't mind with this X39. People think I'm 30 in my 30s, and I loved it. So, sure, tell our friends what happened to this young man.
Oh, Jane, every time I see this picture, it takes me back to the day it happened. This is my husband, Philip. And like I said, owning your own construction company, having accidents on the job. Well, Phil fell and in his hand, he had a carpenter's pencil. And when he braced himself, the carpenter's pencil went right through his lip. And all I know is I got this phone call that says, "Hey, are you home?" And I said, "Yeah." He says, "Can you take me to ER?" I said, "Sure, no problem." Click. Now, my head, good thing I had Aeon patches on to de-stress me, but everything in my mind was just going like, what happened? What happened? Well, when he walked into the house, he had a piece of black electrical tape over his wound. And all I saw was this white towel full of blood. And his blood just kept running and running. So I went ahead, removed the Band-Aid, put a new one on, and I placed an X39 patch on that wound. On the way to the hospital, he stopped bleeding. When we got in there to ER, the doctors were amazed he wasn't bleeding. The wound did require 8 stitches, but believe it or not, Jane, 8 days later, he had removed his stitches and there was no scarring. Even till today, because it's on his lip, you would think that his mustache wouldn't grow, but it is beautiful and it his hairs grow through it.
Yes, and that's again the testimonial of speed support wound healing from X39. Thank you, Char, but the benefit doesn't stop here from X39, right? The recent clinical study also shown that it improved your heart health, respiratory system, quality of sleep, and hair growth. And Shar, and there is something else that David just announced, as it was a big news for us with of the company. And should we share that with everyone?
Oh, please, Jane, absolutely.
Well, like you mentioned before, David has over 80 patents. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we now adding one more patent to that. U.S. patent have awarded the patent to our X39 and how our this technology elevate the GHK and GHKCU, like you mentioned, and all that process only took less than a year. When typical patents will take about up to 5 years. So that's how amazing they believe in our product. This is exciting to us. I don't know if anybody realized that patent has a lifetime of 20 years. What's that mean to us? Well, it means that we raise the ceiling. Now we have no competition, and you won't find any product like X39 stem cell technology that can activate our own body stem cell and enhance the ability to heal. And you saw all those benefits. So there we go.
Thank you, Jane, so much for sharing all the amazing testimonials. But as you have heard from Jane, in addition to the X39, we do have other patches which we call our classic patches, such as Energy Enhancer. It increases your stamina and strength, boosts energy and endurance. We have LifeWave that helps reduce body pain within seconds to minutes. We have Silent Night. It enhances the quality of your sleep. SP6. Now, this is an amazing patch, especially to have during this time of COVID-19 lockdown, even though it's lightening up, you can go out a little. This helps to control your appetite. And I was told that it was helping women with their hot flashes. Now we have Aeon that helps to reduce our stress and it decreases inflammation. Glutathione, very important patch to have at this time. It helps to support your immune system. And with today's world that we're living in and dealing with COVID-19, we need to protect our immune system. And Jane, I just want to share, there were several nurses that I know of, And what I did during the worst time of COVID-19, I shared glutathione with them just to help support their immune systems, especially working in the ER departments of the hospitals.
Yes.
And there's also carnosine. The benefit of this patch is to repair damaged muscles. And if you've ever waken up at night with leg cramps and you can't do anything about it, this is definitely a patch you want to get.
And then, of course, our X39, right?
Yes, Jane, we have been focusing on that. Yes, thank you.
Well, sure. We have shared the amazing product, and you remember um, the pictures earlier of Nikki when she first got into the accident, right? Now you want to see the amazing result from using X39. Look at that. I mean, that's 2 days after accident. That's 4 days after the accident. I mean, isn't that amazing? I mean, she's beautiful, but look at that.
That is amazing.
That's 5 days, folks, after the accident. All you can see is that little scar and that set on her lips. I mean, you can't notice. There's nothing there at all. And that's how amazing this this product is, you know. But now that you've seen everything, what's next, Shar?
Well, Jane, now that we've seen everything, why don't you go ahead and tell us what's next? As you can see, our names and numbers are here. If anybody is interested, they can go ahead and give us a call.
Right.
And why don't we move on and let's share a little about the business?
Sure. Like we said, this is also a business opportunity here, and this is why we're here as well. Now, stem cell business is a rapid growing market. Here's a fact. The revenue of this regenerative medicine was at $17 billion in 2016, and it's expected to be in a $50 billion in 2025. That's only 5 years away. You know, how much of this $50 billion would you like to put in your pocket?
Well, Jane, there's a lot to go around. I'll just take 1% of 15 billion. That would be great. But Jane, the future of medicine is here now. Stem cells are the future. We have a wearable technology in the form of a patch. It is non-invasive, no drugs or chemicals, and nothing enters our body.
That's right, Shar. But let me share with everyone here the 3 simple E that I like to keep about the X39 before we move on. 1, less expensive. 2, simple and effective. 3, really easy to use. But actually, I like to add one more to that I just thought. How about extra income?
Perfect, Jane. I'd like to hear about that.
Well, thank you. Let's see. Well, let's bring it down a little bit. Let's not talk about the billions, Shar. Um, I was asked this question once. What could a potential extra $1,000 do to me? Well, but before I give you my answer, well, let me ask everyone this then. What do you think that $1,000 would do for you and your family? I want you to keep that in mind. And so my answer when I was asked is, I want to do a little projects around the house. Perhaps takes my parents back to Thailand for vacation with the boys. And of course, start putting away more in my retirement fund. But being a single mom, getting extra job that require me to go work was not conducive at all. That was not going to happen. running my business already. That was not a good option. So I needed something that is more flexible, something that I can do in my spare time, something that I can enjoy and build upon. So I'm glad that LifeWave has given me that opportunity. And what I'm about to share with you have changed my life. Now imagine again that extra income in your bank account. See that ching that going up? Well, would that amount be worth your time to spend 10 to 15 hours a week of earning it? During the next 5 minutes of our presentation, I'd like you to keep in mind that our industry track record as a whole. Network marketing is an industry of recession proof. And it showed that the last 4 months, we have the biggest growth in the industry. LifeWave is not just a company that help people with life-changing health challenges, but it's also a vehicle to help you take charge of your own financial freedom and journey. So Char, so here is why you should join LifeWave. There's no any other company like us. There is no competition, like I said before, just like I said that we have 20 years patent, so definitely no competition. We enjoy helping others to feel better. There's no inventory, no delivery cost, no collection fee, and dealing with headache of employee expenses. I don't like that in my traditional business at all. There's no annual fee, really low cost of startup cost, and free website immediately once you join us. It provides immediate income and it's unlimited. Tax benefit, this is a tax write-off that is amazing. Sometimes it's not what you earn, it's what you can keep. Everyone is your potential customer. It's a global market, World Wide Web, www. Right? And you can work from home like we all do, especially during this lockdown. You can do part-time, full-time, spare time. That's up to you. And in LifeWave business, you are in business for yourself, but not by yourself at all. So, Shar, would you go over how we can earn with LifeWave?
I would love to share the company comp plan. Jane, the company is very, very generous. LifeWave does pay 5 different ways. And I like to think of it as earn while you learn. Well, number one, we have retail sales. I call these referral fees. Whenever you refer someone to the website and they make a purchase, you immediately make a commission of up to 38%. Then we also have what we call the product introduction bonus. You decide to do business, others want to join you, you make up immediately to up to 31% commission, which becomes your immediate income. Then we have what we call a binary commission, which is a residual income. This is a little more complex. I do know that LifeWave is one of the few MLM companies out there that operates with a binary system. It allows you to make up to 5% commissions of all your business volume you accumulate for that week. And we also have what we call the binary matching bonus. When you build a team, you will make commissions off your generations. 25% commission from your first generation, 20% commission from your second generation, and a 20 from your third generation. That's an additional 65% in commissions you can make weekly. Now, we do get paid weekly, Jane.
Yes.
And I know we have one more advanced ranking bonus to talk about. Let's just say with ranking bonus, you are being rewarded for your leadership and team building. But I'd just like to add a little note in there. We have a cap of $25,000 a week. That's what we can make per week. And we can make up to $1 million per year. And that has been done time and time over and over again. You know, people, this is an opportunity you don't want to miss. We are with an incredible company that has an incredible product.
Yes, Shar, thank you for that. And, I just want to stress that no matter what is the reason that brought you here to this webinar, is either for health reasons such as better sleep, reduction of pain, gaining more energies, or general wellness, or for a business opportunity, either, for yourself or for your loved one or your friends. The person who invited you here can give you more details as to how to get started, and make sure that you connect with the person right after the webinar. Now, imagine the power that you can help people to feel better, and in return, you attain the lifestyle that you dream of. You know, believe me, I wake up feeling blessed each day that I decided to choose LifeWave as my extra source of income, especially during this time. So back to you, Shar.
Thank you, Jane. And in closing this evening, I have had the most dynamic time sharing this presentation with everyone. Just a small recap. Let's roll back to my story. Jane and I have made it our mission to help educate people with this new way of thinking to better their health and wellness. Stem cells are our future of health and medicine. And last but not least, please keep in mind, keep your vitality. A life without health is like a river without water. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.